So at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the coach of the Black Knights, Jeff Monken.
We're certainly disappointed that we lost the game. I thought our guys fought tremendously hard. I'm really proud of their effort. We just didn't make enough plays to win the football game. And credit to Navy, they've got a really good football team. That's a well-coached football team. And they made the plays when they needed to win the football game. And that's the bottom line in any game. It's certainly disappointing to have played as hard as we did and just not be able to see our guys be rewarded with a victory, particularly our seniors. I'm most disappointed for them to not have had a chance to experience a victory in this great rivalry. And it is a great game, and just a tremendous crowd, and really special to be a part of it. It's just an honor and a privilege for me to be a part of this rivalry again and to represent West Point, which I think is one of the finest academic institutions in the world, and the best leadership laboratory on the face of the earth. And to hold a leadership position, to be able to lead these men, we're going to lead other men and women. What a responsibility and what a privilege for me. And so proud of them, just the way they fought for our team. They got nothing to be ashamed of. And it stings, and it's going to hurt for a long time, and it'll pain us until we have an opportunity to play again and to try to do something about it next year. But these guys fought really hard, and the four guys sitting up here in front of you today, four great kids, all four going to be great soldiers, and all four really good players.
So open it up for questions. Please state your name and organization before you ask your question to Coach. Go ahead.
Peter Schmuck, the Baltimore Sun. Coach, just looking forward, I know it's tough to send the seniors off without having a chance to be able to beat Navy at least once. The foundation you've laid this year in your first year, how do you feel going forward about the program and where it's headed?
I'm excited about the future of this program, and I wasn't delusional in thinking that everything was going to change at the snap of a finger, or when I walked in the room and said, hey, here's the changes we're going to make. Those things take time, and it takes more than just a season. It takes building a program from the bottom up and getting the philosophy and culture where I feel it needs to be a championship football program. I think we're well on our way, but we haven't gotten there yet. But I'm absolutely confident that we will.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, not every game has a definitive turning point, but I would figure this one was with the 4th and 1 that you missed near the end of the second quarter, and then coming right back down. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the second time this year we've got 4th and that far to go and don't make it, and it's disappointing. But you got to be able to move the ball that far, and we didn't. And we stalled out more than that time. You know, we get the ball pushed down into their territory, and we couldn't get a first down, and that's frustrating. But we had to make a play there, and we did. They did, and then they hit a big play, and that's one of the things I talk to our team about all the time is you've got to execute on 3rd down. It didn't have to be a 4th and short. You could execute it on 3rd down and made the 3rd down and kept the drive alive. We didn't. And then I talk about big plays. And we gave up a big play right there on that pass play over the middle, and then we gave up a big play to start the second half on the kickoff. They returned it back out to the 50. We didn't do a very good job leveraging the ball. And big plays make a difference, and both of those were costly to us. They both resulted in points, one for 7 points and one for a field goal.
Did you consider changing the play after they called the timeout, after the quarterback sneak the first time? Was there any thought to that?
We talked about a lot of different plays, but it's man on man, and you got to block them. There aren't any plays that we have that you don't have to block anybody. I wish we had some of those. If anybody's got any of those, I'll take them. But you got to block somebody. So if you got to move the ball that far, the length of that paper, well, it's you against the guy across from you. Knock him out of there. We didn't do it. Credit to them, they knocked us back, and they didn't feel like we had crossed the line to gain, and it was their ball.
Go ahead, Ken.
Coach, why was it hard in the first half to get the offense on track so that you could take advantage of the momentum you had after the block punt?
I think it was for the same reason that it was difficult for them to get going on offense. We both know each other's offense is pretty good. And we've had 3 weeks to prepare. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. We practice against ourselves. I'm sure they do too. And they have a great plan. And they've been running that defense now for 12 straight years. And Buddy does an awesome job. He's a heck of a coach. And the bottom line is just you got to sustain blocks. And there were times that we did that, moved the ball, and other times we didn't. And it's frustrating to have to plow and go in 3 and 4 yards. And when you get a no-gain play, which we had some where we didn't gain any yards, it was 2nd and 10. In a game like that, it's tough. So we continued to do some different things and get some different formations and find some areas where we felt like we had an advantage. And I thought throughout the game, we found spots where we could run the fullback and have some success. We got the ball on the perimeter a couple of times. The quarterback carried the ball in the midline a couple of times. It's difficult in a game where two teams are so similar. And I feel like closely matched in terms of our guys, their guys, and they know the actions and angles of our offense because they see it all the time. So we knew it was going to be a slugfest from start to finish. We prepared for that, and unfortunately, we just didn't make enough first downs to keep the ball moving and get us in position to score. So,
Do you consider taking them late into the fourth quarter progress for the program? And I know you.
I don't know. We want to win the game, and there's no. I didn't have the feeling we wanted to play good, and we feel all right if we played good, and we're getting a lot closer. There's only one goal, and that was to win, and I thought we were going to. And I'm disappointed that we didn't. And we've got a lot of work to do between now and next year. We're going to have a chance to beat them next year.
How much did you work on that onside kick with Mitch in the 3 weeks? Was he your? If you were going to onside kick, but he was your guy.
He's been the guy all year, and we work on it every week, a couple times a week to prepare for that. As we do the handstand, and you come out to practice, you know I'm very involved in the special teams, and I try to cover as much as I can to make sure there's no situations that come up like that we're not prepared for. I thought he made a great kick and gave us a chance, and we were a little bit late getting to the first guy from the sideline who recovered the ball, but I thought he did a heck of a job to give us a chance to get the ball back.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, what was the rationale for bringing in AJ in the third quarter?
Santiago was hurt.
Oh, was it injury?
He was injured, he couldn't play.
Oh, okay.
What was the injury?
Hurt his foot.
On a particular play, or was there a particular play where he hurt it?
No, it's just toward the end of the first half. I don't know the exact play. As we were going into halftime, I was informed that he was injured and that the medical staff was going to be looking at him. They gave him some treatment and tried to adjust the tape job, and it wasn't working for him. So we put AJ in, and I thought AJ did a really good job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Bob Vogt, Capital Newspaper. Coach, looks like you had a nice, moment with Coach Niumatalolo after the game. Are you able to share, what was said between you two? Or?
Well, Kenny's my dear friend, and Kenny and I share a bond of friendship that's lasted 25 years, and it goes beyond just a colleague working together. I mean, there's a sense of brotherhood between he and I, and we were young assistant coaches together and worked for 6 years under Coach Johnson, and I love Kenny, and I'm so proud of him and the job he's done. And I know the feelings are mutual. I know those feelings are shared by him as well. So it's special to have that relationship with E and so many of those coaches on that staff over there. I mean, all those guys, and Ivan and Buddy and Keith Jones and Daniel O'Rourke, Chris Colton and Mike Brass and Dale Pearson. I mean, those are just dear friends of mine. So, you know, it's tough to lose a rivalry game, and you know, the backyard brother too. You want to go out and beat your brother in the backyard, and that's a little bit of what this rivalry is like between Kenny and I.
Any other questions for Coach?